Okay, so now we are going to discuss about how we can integrate Azure Cloud and on-prem, right? So I want to ask you, what is the advantage? First of all, what is the benefits? Say, for example, I have Azure Cloud. This is my Azure Cloud, portal.azure.com, Azure Cloud, and I have a office in Chennai or US. Okay, I have a office in Chennai. So now you tell me, I'm integrating Azure Cloud to my on-prem data center, because you have some data center here, you have some data center here. You will have some development server or production server, or in that application server, database server. You have a lot of servers here. You have a lot of servers here. You are integrating with your portal.azure.com. Can you tell me what is the uh, need? What is after integration? What will be the actual deliverable? So can you share your views? I will unmute once you raise a hand. What exactly the benefits you will get after integration? So I'm going to integrate cloud. This is cloud. This is on-prem. So what exactly I'm going to get the benefit out of it? Any idea? Any idea? You can share your views. Okay. Sunita, yes.
Okay. Flexibility, scalability.
Uh,
Um,
no. No, I'm not asking future. Of course,
mm,
the futures, whatever you are saying is correct. But what I'm
okay.
saying is the end deliverable. Say, for example, I have some application here.
Okay.
Say, for example, I have application here.
Mm.
So after integration, what will be the advantage for this application with regards to this post integration? That is what I'm asking. That is the example, a similar example I'm expecting. I have some application, I have some database, I have some web server, I have some applications, some components, some resources are running here. So after this integration, what is the benefit I'm going to get for this application or whatever? Yes, Akhil, go ahead, Akhil. Yes, Akhil, you can go ahead. Yes, Batmini, you can also go.
Hi Vijay. Uh, if we integrate on-prem with a public cloud, we can uh, store our sensitive. For example, if we have to use a database, we can store sensitive data on-prem, and we can.
Hold on. Yeah, this is the exactly I was looking for. Okay, so you go on mute, Akhil. So if you have sensitive data, say for example, here you have a specific data which is a really classified and as per your security governance. Okay, this data you cannot put it in cloud, but you have to make operational to across globe. But you cannot go and implement your data center in most of the countries geography. Okay, but you need to go to market quickly in that case. But the same authentication, everything has to be the same, but only thing is you are expanding to the cloud. So the end user anywhere in the world, they have a potential to come here, okay, quickly and access it. But they will access the published application in cloud, but actual the data or actual the information, it is getting retrieved from here with the same domain, same authentication, everything. So basically, you are expanding your authentication, your complete everything to the cloud as part of this integration. It's possible. Say, for example, you have some domain. Can anyone tell me in your office or in your project? Don't tell the actual name. You can say some example domain name. Say, for example, tcs.com. Okay, all your servers are mapped with this tcs.com, and you can expand this tcs.com here. All your authentication, all your credentials, everything mapped to tcs.com. So this tcs.com itself can also perform here. So what you can do is the front end apps, you can deploy it here. Okay. Yesterday, uh, we seen, right? Magendra showed me, right? Showed us, right? So we can create such services and with more secure web application firewall, and we can also integrate with the web app. So you deploy this web app using the same credential extended here, and then you can expose it to outside world with more restriction, with more geography visibility. But this web app, whenever there is a traffic comes, it will come to your office and it will retrieve the data, information, or process everything, because this I cannot put it in cloud. So initially, when cloud launched, everybody thought, okay, I'm going to vanish. I'm going to vanish. So I have to update the cloud. This is also one of the very wrong understanding is going on in our career. Okay, the on-prem going to remain as it is with some changes. Okay, but the cloud also going to be remain hereafter. What we can do is how this part is working. You need to understand this. This is very crucial nowadays. Most of the application migration, most of the data migration, say for example, you have 100 application, I'm sure in this only 25 percentage or less than 25 percentage only capable to move complete to the cloud. The rest of them are, it's a data. And another example, you all going to tell me, I have say 100 TB data, 100 TB data. Day by day, even getting increased. Say every month 20 terabyte data is keep on getting added. Okay, and I have a cloud. Okay, let's change the color. So I have a cloud, portal.azure.com. Okay, so now how you will decide, or you will move all the data to here, and from there you keep on add the all data to cloud. So your application, everything complete will be cloud. So in that case, how you will decide, or you will move only some part of application portion, the data is going to remain here. Any idea?
I would partially, I mean, I'm not sure if I'm right, but I would partially move the data rather than moving everything to cloud. I'll still keep little sensitive data in here, and the rest probably can move there.
Okay, partially data also, you are, say for example, your web application definitely is going to be here. So the
Yeah.
user will access it here via whatever security you put in place. But this web application is going to access your backend data, right? So this backend data, every time, whenever there is a request, every time if you try to access
Yeah, it
this,
fetches it from there.
this
Okay.
data transfer cost will totally kill you. This is going to be one of the very expensive. You see the amount of data. So, and also the growth. This is the growth. This is so over the period, your data will be massive. Still, you are accessing everything from cloud, each and everything. So maybe you can put some metadata here and your cache enabled here, data cache. So that if 10 people are accessing the same information, so that the cache can serve, so that this will save a lot. This will save a lot. Okay, so those kind of a mechanism you start think and plan. There are a lot of application data related application itself. You have an option to choose whether it's a memory or cache. If it is a memory, then you need to make sure related infrastructure. If it is a cache, then you need to have the disk space, IO, everything. You need to start plan it. So at the end of the day, you need to have classify what kind of a data, how much data you are going to transfer, and what kind of a security I need, and what kind of a transfer interval you are going to expect as part of this integration. These are all you need to plan before you start this or before you decide this integration. Is everyone clear?
So Vijay, one question.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
See, if we are saying that we would want to completely, or for example, if I may say so, if we are moving the entire data to cloud, then it will be more like a migration rather than a hybrid integration,
No,
right?
that is where many misunderstanding is going on. Okay, only very few clients, they really don't want to go for on-prem. They want everything to move it to the cloud because of there is some business decision. Okay, because nowadays even cloud provider, they are providing the secure storage, dedicated post, everything. Uh, but most of the cases, the migration means your front end application only they are migrating to cloud. Your actual data getting remains same in your on-prem data center. Because for first reason is the data is more classified data, and the data you cannot put it in the cloud. There is a lot of data governance. That is why the hybrid is really started picked up. It's going very fast. The growth of hybrid is going to be the huge hereafter. So people who are having the on-prem related experience, they no need to worry. But the only thing they need to update is how the cloud works, how the integration works, how I need to publish everything. That's the only thing they need to update. So whatever they are exploring it, and they need to add the use cases like this. What kind of a situation I need this integration? After this integration, how this integration going to help? This question, if you find the answer, that is more than enough. Is everyone clear?
Vijay, I have one more question.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. That is why
While
before I start this exercise, I want to make everyone clear.
Yeah, see, while I am, continuing to, integrate like this, what should I do if I have any incompatibility, version incompatibility, or something like that between my existing on-prem and cloud? Like, for
Uh,
example,
Version incompatibility means what do you mean?
um, or maybe like if I may say so, that if I have a backup solution where
Hmm.
my on-prem, it's a different backup solution, and while I'm trying to move it to cloud, it does not support that. Like, for example, if it's a net backup or something like that, whereas in the on-prem it is different. So how do we do the
See, one thing you need to understand is the cloud. They are just providing the platform.
Okay.
Any related what you said, the backup and all. It's a matter of enabling the options. That's it. Even if you are not able to adapt your backup technology here, just find out the equivalent. What is the methods they are available. So if you think this is not going to only the application level compatibility, it will be there, because if your application is a monolithic, as I explained previous sessions,
Mm-hmm.
It's not a microservices or cloud native, that really have to change before you start. That is why most of the migration now, they are not doing any microservices based re-architect. They are just a lift and shift. Take this application, put it in here VM. That is not a cloud migration. So the backup, those parts and all, still it's possible. You can continue the same. But only thing is the on-prem backup is somewhat different than cloud backup. That you need to sit with the Azure team, and you
Mm-hmm.
need to sign agreement with them.
Okay.
The all the expectation, everything, before you agree the contracts.
Okay. Thank you, Vijay.
Is everyone clear why and what, and after this integration, what kind of a benefits you are going to get out of it?
Hello, Vijay. Good morning.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I want to get a clarification for what you just mentioned. For example, let's assume is a health related data, and based on the data governance, you are not allowed to expose those data. You need to host them on-prem. And from time to time, the data continue to increase, and the capacity of the on-prem, it needs to be built every time. Every
Yeah.
time the data is increasing. So, and you mentioned the use of cache, moving some metadata on the cloud. I wanted to explain that area.
Yeah. See, that's what I said. So in this case, there is a option called uh, option called, there is a there are a lot of application. Okay, say for example click. Okay, so there is a Power BI. Even there is a Tableau. There are a lot of data. So have anyone heard about Entryscape? There are a lot of products. Entryscape. This is the major tool I'm working on now. Dynado. These are all data catalog. If you are free, you go and search. These are all data catalog, data virtualization tools. If you are planning in future in data and AI or robotics, then you must know how to handle the data from various sources. So these are all a specialized provider. Even Snowflakes. Yes, Saruddin. See, first I will finish his question. So what it will do is you can deploy here in cloud, and the Entryscape with the combination of Dynado will be able to handle multiple data source on-prem. Say Oracle, SQL, MySQL, PostgreSQL. So you have a lot of data sources. So you can handle in one single tenant as a single tenant via this Entryscape plus Dynado combination of implementation. So you deploy your application here, web application. So this web application will have only visibility of this. Okay, so what will happen is this Entryscape will have a inbuilt feature to quickly get the data and put it in the cache. Okay, and even these product also will have the Click also will have their own caching. Even the Power BI also will have their own caching also if you want to configure. So still this feature will help you not to go every time here. So most of the transaction will be retrieved from here itself. If it is a new information, then it is going to retrieve from this. So the metadata will be here, and the retrieval, not only metadata, the retrieval also has to be somewhat fast and streamlined. That is why we are using these are the products. When it comes to your question, so there is a huge data here, and you want to serve via cloud. So you need to first set up your RPO expectation. Okay, and you need to create a streamlined backbone connectivity between your cloud as well as your on-prem. Okay, and then you need to apply your data governance. What kind of a data retention, or what kind of, so you need to apply it here. Accordingly, you need to decide what kind of a metadata you are going to create it here for this available data. Sulaiman, are you understand now? Sulaiman?
Yes, Vijay. Yes, Vijay.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Asarudin, you can go ahead.
So the reason why I am choosing to, because of the data load or the data transfer cost, I am planning to have a metadata and cache
Yes.
in the cloud. But
Yes.
still the data is sensitive, right? So whether there would be any other options I need to for security or
Yeah. Of course, the tool, whatever you are integrating, you are going to establish via the encryption only. These are all more encryption. There are a lot of encryption methods are available. So you need to first define your there may be a your security governance is already defined, without which you cannot implement this. So this governance will say what is your data classification. So according to that, you need to decide what kind of encryption you want to have it during this pipeline. So that will be decided and configured during this implementation. That could be any tool. I'm just giving some example, but this uh, is not a plain data exchange. Sorry, this is going to be complete encrypted method only.
what about Redis cache? Will that also?
Yes. That is what I'm saying. So the catch, why you are enabling the catch means you are retrieved, but every time you cannot retrieve, right, Sarvin? So that catch will serve, and catch also you need to set up some timeout. It's a same kind of a CDN concept only. So the frequent data or the complete accessible data for past 1 hour or past 2 hour or past 3 hours. So that catch will help us to serve very fast. But that catch also should have some timeout thing which you need to configure during the provisioning.
Okay, got it, Vijay. Thanks.
So that Redis and all, you need to just think about how we can put this information in Redis, and then you can publish your web app here, and using Redis you can serve to the end users.
Okay.
Because directly if I start this integration, definitely people will not understand. That is why I'm spending some time to make sure you're all are understanding the need, why we are going for this hybrid. Okay, so we will start the actual hands-on. Okay, I'm going to open. Okay, what all I need first to do this hands-on. I'm not a real-time person. I'm just learning, but I want to project myself as as an experienced person. Simple. You should have portal.azure.com. Portal Azure.com. Of course, you have the free trial itself more than enough. Okay. And also this one, you need to have one domain you registered, because this is really important. So you can register with the GoDaddy or some domain provider .com or some domain. It's not mandatory to be .com, but I always prefer to go with .com. I don't want to go with any regional domains. Then you need to have one on-prem. So on-prem. So assume I have one Windows server. You need to have one Windows server, and maybe that is the domain controller. Okay. So as of now, I don't have any on-prem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a Windows machine here in cloud itself. That Windows machine, I'm going to assume my on-prem. Okay. So once I logged in, it's a Windows machine. So I'm going to assume this machine is going to be my on-prem machine. So just forget about this machine is in cloud, because we don't have any infrastructure, or we don't have any company to simulate this. So I'm simulating this. So assume this machine is in your Chennai office. Okay. I am inside this machine. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm creating some configuration here. This is my portal.azure.com. Then what I'm doing is I'm started integrating from cloud configuration to this using this domain. Okay. Now cloud provider will ask to identify, are you the domain owner? So you need to create some record and identify it. Okay. And then this sync will happen. Once the sync started, if you create some user here, you will see it here. If you create some users here, you will see it here. This is the exact lab we are going to do it now. So if you see means what is happening, you can able to use the same permission to here. While say for example you are publishing one web app, you can utilize the same username, password, domain credentials here. So you are developing some application, still you can apply the same permission here. So that means you are extending the privileges. That is the first step of this part. So if you understand this concept, then it's straightforward. Whatever you are doing, you do it along with this security. Whatever you are doing, you are do along with this security. Yes, Srini. Go ahead, Srini. Srini, I have given access, Srini. You can go ahead.
So you said the same user ID, users will be created, right? So is it a Azure ID or?
Yes. Yes, that is what we are going to do. AD Connect.
Oh, okay.
So is there anyone not clear what what I explained? Hello? Okay. Hi, Abhinav. I'm just given access. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my, this is my domain. I have it in my GoDaddy.com because my domain I used to register most of the time in these kind of providers. But now my domain is in here. So for learning purpose, I registered cnlloud.com. So cnlloud.com. Now I'm going for this. I'm going for Azure Active Directory. So this is the first service you need to create it. I have already prepared the document. So basically you need to have one domain. Okay, that domain you can go with any domain provider, even freenom.com, or there are a lot of providers, but I would prefer to go with the .com, not other domains. Let's say .in, .tk, .org. These are all fine. To understand the concept, it's fine. But sometimes what is happening is between this integration timeline, it's taking enormous time. So till the time you need to have a lot of patience. So what I'm going to do is I'm going here. I'm going for Azure Active Directory. This is the first step you need to do. So in Azure Active Directory, come down, there is a custom domain names. First, you need to go for it. Custom domain names, click it. Okay, and you need to say add custom because right now there is a different domain. So first I will attach. I want to attach and verify my domain before I start anything. What is my domain? My domain is cnlloud.com. So I'm going here. I'm going to say add domain. So the moment I added, it is asking me to verify. Okay, so verification will not succeed until you have configured your. The reason is anyone can play our domains, right? So the service provider want to know, are you the owner of this domain? That is what they are trying to understand it. Okay, so they want to verify via this. So what I'm going to do is they have given some details, alias and details. So I'm going here. I'm going to DNS. So any domain register, they will have like this. So you can go for it. So what is they are saying? It's a text record and alias host name and destination and TTL value. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the same destination. I'm going here. I'm going to say add. Okay, type. It's a text type and at. And what is the value? This is the value you need to put it. And it's by default, it will be 1 hour. So let it be default value. So 3600 seconds they are saying they are provided default. So I'm going to say add record. So the moment I added, I'm going to say verify. Okay, wait a minute. Let me. So we have added this MS2960, or we can copy this. Even we can edit custom. Yeah, 3600 only is there. So it has to verify. Yeah, but sometimes it will be quick. Yes, because they will immediately go with that verification. See, the verification is succeeded. So this is the first part you need to do it. And then you need to configure cnlloud.com for federated sign-on to your Active Directory, run Azure AD Connect from your machine. Where this machine, right? First, we haven't configured, we haven't installed this machine. We are going to do it. If you follow this document, it will be there. So first, what we did is, I'm just zooming it. So we have created a custom domain record, and then we got some credentials to verify. So then we went to our domain register provider and we added the same, and then we came back to our portal.azure.com and verified. So once it's verified, then the first step is finished. Okay, now we need to create some users. So we will go here, default directory. Okay, now where is the users? I'm going to create some users because we need. So I'm opening the notepad. Please don't forget any username, password. So I'm going to create a user. If you see this, everything I have written here. Okay, so new user. Now you are seeing the domain. See here, cnlloud.com and the existing one. So I want cnlloud.com. I'm going to say the same, make it something meaningful. So I'm going to say AD admin or global admin or some meaningful name. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say CNL admin. So immediately open a notepad and say username is CNL admin. We can say this is the global administrator, because we will forget. So normally while learning, you must keep note down what are all password, what are all username you are giving. So Cloud and Loud full administrator ID, or you just copy and put it in the description if you want. So I'm just giving, say, 𝐕𝐣𝐚𝐴𝐵𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐴 Balakrishnan. Okay. And I'm going to say 𝐕𝐼𝐴𝐵𝐴𝐿AN Balakrishnan. And let me create a password or auto generate password. Anything you can do it, but I'm going for my own password. Say CNL at 1 2 3 4 5 6. So I'm just going to notepad password, because normally you are going to manage the windows also. So better you go with the 1 caps 1 at this combination. 1 2 3 4 5 6. I'm just copy this. I will ensure the password is correct. Okay, so now come down. What is the group you need to select? Come down. You need to go and select the groups is mostly global administrator. See here, the groups and roles point to global administrator. So go here. Currently it's a user, but I don't want to be this normal user. So I want to have a full privilege. So click users, search global. So there is a global administrator. So click the global administrator, select it. Okay, and rest all it's up to you what. So you don't select any location. Come down. So if you want, you can put all description, job title, department. I'm not going to do that. Say create. So if you go back here, everything I have given as a like a spoon feeding. So apart from this, you also create couple of users with a normal user ID, because you need some users to make it understanding. While syncing, this user should be visible there. There you will create couple of users. Those on-prem users should be visible here. Okay, so that is the idea. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create it. So now we are going to say the same, but the normal user. We will say CNL user 1, and we will say CNL user 2, normal users, users. Okay, and we will say CNL user 3. So yeah, this is fine. So I'm going here. I'm going for a new user. I'm selecting my on-prem domain. I'm saying, say, CNL user 1. Okay, say CNL user 1. I'm giving the same here. So let me create a password. What is the password we are giving? Caps CNL at 123456. So I'm just giving here. Let it be a normal user. So I'm just going to say create. Okay, is there anybody have doubt till now? Is there anybody have a doubt till now?
Vijay, I have a question. So these users that we have created, they are limited to this domain only or this Azure account?
No. This Azure, but whatever you want to extend the on-prem based application level, you want to maintain the same credentials under same domain. So those purpose you can very well use these users here. So these users also can be visible, the same credentials in on-prem also. We will see. After sync, you will get a clear idea.
Okay.
Okay, but before start sync, we need to have some difference. Say here couple of users, here couple of users. If we create, then if we start the sync, then we because how do we identify the sync is working? So we need to have some test users. We need to have some test users, right? So once sync completed, then we have to see these users here in this on-prem domain Windows server. We need to see these users to here. Then only we will justify ourselves. Okay, the sync is working, correct? Is it correct,
Yes.
right?
Okay.
Yeah. So that is what this users. I'm just creating because we don't have any test application. We don't have any sample application, but at least we know how to do this. That's it. So now I'm going to create a new user. Mostly Office 365 and all working like this only. So because Office 365, the same concept only hybrid. I'm going to create CNL user 2. And nowadays, most of the organization, they are trying to adapt hybrid model only, not for only cloud, not for, because they want a flexibility. User 2, and I'm going to create, and I'm going to go for this same password, because normally Windows requires some one caps and at. If you go with this combination, the Windows will always happy. So I'm just going with the same. Normally, I prefer to note down all, because people are really started using a lot of username, lot of passwords. Better during the learning, you keep one notepad and enter all username, password, whatever you are creating it or using it. That this will save a lot of time during your learning. CNL user 3. I'm going to create. This is enough. 3 users, 1 global admin. So during the sync, we know what is happening. So I'm just going to copy this I'm going to copy this. I'm just going to say create. So this part we are good. This part, sorry. So this part is good. Now we need to start this part. But I don't have a Chennai office. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to simulate. I have a Chennai office. In that Chennai office, there is a domain controller. Okay. So go back to this document. So now we will start simulate that domain controller. We will select Windows 2019 server. Okay. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to open up in another window. Let this window, let it be there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to my VM virtual machines. So I'm going for virtual machines. I'm going for a virtual machine creation. I'm going for some resource group. Say I'm going for this resource group. Say server 1. You can give any name. Basically, this server actually it's not in cloud. Hope you all agree. Can you confirm in the chat? This server, since I don't have any office, I'm simulating it, right? So from the OS, once I logged in, that means that server I don't have. So basically, that server is not in cloud. That server is in my US office, or the server is in my Chennai office. You agree, right? Can you confirm in chat? So you got what I'm trying. So since we don't have any office on-prem, so I'm just trying to simulate what we have. Yeah. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if you want, you go with all redundancy part, everything. But since this is just for understanding purpose, I'm going with as it is. So here, instead of Linux, I'm going to choose Windows 2019. Let's wait. I'm going to not marketplace. See all images. Windows 2019. Data center. Where is data center? Okay, we will search data center. Normally they will have the default one. Now they have changed. Let's see where is there. Yeah, data center generation 2. Okay, we will go with this. So if you go with a less CPU, less memory, then it will take 5 minutes task. It will take 5 hours. The login itself will be very slow. The all mouse click, everything will be very slow. So mostly, if you go with the Windows Server Edition, minimum you need to have some good capacity. So I'm going with 2 CPU, 4 GB memory, or if you want to go some good bandwidth. So I'm going with see all sizes. I'm just going minimum, say 4 CPU. Okay. So I'm going here B4MS because this is 4 CPU, 16 GB RAM. So But don't worry, this cost is going to be a monthly cost, but you are hardly going to use 1 hour. But since you are all having free tier, mine is not a free tier, so it will have a very less billing only. If you want, you can try it out only in a free trial, not in the pay-as-you-go. I'm just going the B4MS. I'm selecting it. Okay, so now username password, what is that? So here also I'm going to say CNL administrator, or we can just say administrator, and the password is same, CNL at 12345, CNL at 1234566. Okay, so minimum 12 characters. So that means CNL at 12345 at 12345, CNL at 12345 at 12345. Okay, I think username is CNL administrator. So we will note down in the notepad. Now the on-prem Windows machine, because if you are lazy in this information in notepad, then you will end up with a lot of time waste. So user name is CNL administrator and password is CNL at 12345 at 12345. So now I'm proceeding with, say I need HTTP, but we are not going to use all this. Only we are going to take RDP whenever we need. Come down. So I don't want a SSD disk because I'm learning. So go with the normal HDD. Come down. Networking. I'm going with all default information. Say go down. I'm going with all default settings only. See here, if I click this, so you can also create, after you deployed everything, you can also associate all the resources. But as of now, this is going to be the on-prem because we are simulating it. So I'm just going for advanced tax review create. Because sometime earlier, initially, I used to create for all my POC one CPU, 1 GB RAM for Windows Server Edition. It took huge time delay. So I normally these days never prefer to go with one CPU, 1 GB RAM, because the Server Edition, the OS itself, minimum requirement is 2 CPU, minimum 4 GB memory. So let's wait. Okay, so the VM got created. I'm going for that VM. So what is the public address? So this is the public address. I'm going to do a MSTAC. I'm going to give this a remote desktop connection. Connect. I'm going to say username password. So what is the username password? It's a CNL administrator. What is the password? This is the password. So I'm going to save it because we need to log in every time. So I'm going to store it. Because the more resource, the more fast you will get it. So it's getting logged in. Are you able to see the new Windows machine which I'm logging in?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So now what I'm going to do is you can minimize your thing. You go back to your documentation. So we are creating a virtual machine. Once created, you are logging inside the machine. Come down. You go to this option. Okay. Come down. So you need to select this Active Directory and domain services. So exactly we are going to do the same. Before that, simply I want to do couple of things. Local server. I'm going to say enhanced security. I'm going to off it. And I'm going to minimize this. I want to install quickly Chrome because I don't like Internet Explorer. Most of the time it's really not good. I'm just saying go here. So instead of going the Chrome, I don't know how many of you are aware. I'm using this last 7 to 8 years. Simply go to this. Whenever you want to you install a new machine or a new laptop, anything, simple go to this website. What all you want? It's a one fraction of second. Everything will be installed. So ninit.com. And what I need 7-zip. I need WinRAR. What all I need? I need a JDK or whatever you need. So you simply I need Notepad++. So everything will be there. All you need to do is you need to just select what you want in a one shot and say get your init. Because when you want to go with a lot of POC, then this will really help. Say run. That's it. Within 2 to 3 minutes, everything will be installed automatically. Yes. See, you no need to do anything. It's a very handy utility. I'm using this so many years. If you are going to do a lot of POC, even you can automate this as part of your PowerShell script or Ansible or Terraform. If you want, I can help you. At the end of the day, all your POC need to reduce some time.
Vijay, what was the setting that you have turned off in the local server?
Go here. Go here. There is a because if you by default this will be on, so you cannot because it's a server edition, right? So every time every domain whatever you are browsing, it will throw the error to add trust. So if you off completely, you won't get it. It's like a local laptop. You can browse everything.
Okay, got it.
Server edition, you need to do this is the first step you need to do. Any server edition. Otherwise, we cannot do any web browsing inside the server editions. Okay, let it be installed. So we are going to the server manager, go to the dashboard. Okay, go to here, manage, add roles and futures. Okay, and say next, and say next. So here, Active Directory Domain Services. If you see the Word document, see here the Word document, Active Directory Domain Services. So I'm just going here, Active Directory Domain Services. Yes, add futures. And if you go and see, is there any other option we have selected? No. So we are just going to execute it. Say next, next. If you want, you can go and enable the telnet client and all, so that if you want, you can test it also. And I'm just going to say next, next, say install. So let it be installed. So let's see how. Okay, it's going one by one. And I'm going for the document. So once it's installed, what we are going to do is we are going to promote this machine as a domain controller. Let me just draw the diagram again, fresh. So the idea is like this. I have, okay, sorry. So I have portal.azure.com. Okay, this is my cloud, portal.azure.com. Okay, and I have my on-prem. This is on-prem. On-prem. And now I have a lot of servers. I have a lot of servers, but under domain controller. This is my domain controller. Okay, first here Microsoft Azure EAD connect. Using this, first I am trying to sync with it. So for that, in this Windows machine, I don't have a controller, domain controller, right? So I need to first make this as a domain controller. That is what we are going to do. Domain controller, primary domain controller. So once primary domain controller is configured, then it's straightforward. We need to download that AD connect here, and using that login password, we can sync it. So the moment sync, we have to go through a couple of steps. Once the steps are completed, then we need to keep check. Sometimes within 10 minutes it will be synced. Sometimes 15 minutes, but we'll see how is our luck. In one of the session, it took 45 minutes to sync, but this time it won't take that much time. So everything is installed. So if you go and see everything. So if you want, you can utilize this. It's very handy. In it. Most of my POC, this is going to really help because I want Java. I want all common this. So I just select and install. Everything will be installed in the backend. Go here. Let's. Okay, configuration record. So the installation is successful. So now I'm going to say close it. I'm going to say here. See, there is a promote this server to your domain controller. Okay, so you need to click this and you can follow the Word document. So go here, come down, promote this server to your domain controller, come down, add a domain controller to your existing domain or add a new domain because this is a new domain, or add a new forest because we don't have any domain controller already, because we are going to assume this is going to be the first domain controller, right? We don't have any domain also previously on this server, sorry, on this domain for any server. So we are going to select add new forest. What is our domain name? cnlloud.com and say next. So password, what is the password we can give it? Again, it's going to be the same password. If you want, you can use it. I'm going to give CNL this password. Let's give it. So go next. And what is the password you need to give it? So you are giving. So what is this option? So while configuring the domain controller, if you go here, maximum you can select from which version you want to add in future also compatible level. So I'm going with the 2016. Better you go with, because 2012 and all, it's almost it's a very absoluted. But still some of the environment still is there. They are migrating it. So next. And what is the DNS delegation we need to do? So if you want, you can go for it, but at least they will create their default one. That is more than enough to exercise this. Next, NetBIOS domain name. See, NetBIOS domain name, if you go, what is your domain? That name without .com, you can type it. Automatically, it picked up from what you given. So if there is any wrong you are seeing, then without .com, you go with the same domain name. Say next. Yeah, these are all by default. Next, and say next. So once the prerequisite check is completed, then it's going to start the installation. It will take 1 minute. Say install. So once it's installed, we need to start reboot. But before that, what we can do is, instead of wasting time, I'm going to go to Chrome. I'm going to say portal.azure.com. Okay, I'm going to say at cloudandloud.com. I'm just going to keep the login here itself. Otherwise, what will happen is every time I need to open my laptop, switch over everything. No need. So we can go with this. So there is a code. I need to type it. Two 98861. So you can even use your Gmail ID or whatever. I'm using my mail ID. So everything is correct. So I'm going back to the Azure Active Directory. Let's wait for this process over. Better we enable the bookmarks. Show bookmark manager. Okay. So once it's installed, automatically it's getting restarted. So let's wait. Okay, let's go and connect this machine. I'm just trying to connect, because Windows, it will take 2 minutes. How many of you hear Windows background? How many of you hear Linux background? Okay. Sometimes we need to, hereafter, we need to have both mixed knowledge, Windows and Linux. Okay, so there is a password it's asking. So what is our password? This is our password. So I'm going to type it. So I'm going to say yes. So once it's logged in, then we are going to open it. Oh, straight away hybrid. No Windows, no Linux, straight away. But hybrid is mixed of both cloud and on-prem. Just wait for 2 minutes. So you are seeing this. Please wait for the group policy client. Those messages also, right? Yeah, somebody
Yes, yes.
asked.
Unfortunately, no. Like in my organization, we have this Windows virtualization team who does all that for us.
No. What I'm saying is that is the see. That is why I'm keep on advising last almost 18 years. Uh, People are really getting afraid. Oh, I don't have real-time experience. But the truth is, even if we go any IT job or any IT responsibility, according to that project, according to our assigned privileges, only we can perform. So we cannot go do all exercise or all task. But you are owner of your own lab. So you create like this, you do everything. That's how I used to prefer, because that limitation we cannot do anything in our office, because that is how all companies are working. If it is a L2 support, then they have to stick to that support level. But whatever I'm explaining, right, all you need is one free trial account and your free time. That's it. One domain. The domain also, even we can get it for very cheap, some 50 or 55 INR itself, we can get it. Because the domain also, it's not going to be just a one time. If you register, it is valid for 1 year. So as much you can do more exercise using that domain. So once you explode, you can also claim yourself. Yes, I did in my current project, but actually your support role is different in your current job. But this is the same you are going to do even for production. Microsoft documentation is really good. They made it as a way that anyone can understand very easily. But the only thing is, Padmini, this use cases. So for what purpose we need? Okay, even we implement, what are the actual take away for me? I'm a project. I am the deliverable. So what is takeaway for me? That's what we need to keep ask question. So even if you don't know, if you put more questions to the community, definitely you will get some answers. This is how I'm getting more visibility, more answers. But I used to torture most of the community forums. Oh, why it's taking this much time? Okay, good. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we have rebooted. Okay, we have promoted the now we have a domain controller. So we have to change the name, some meaningful name. Why? Because if you go and see here, I'm going for here my computer. I'm going for properties. Right now the machine name is somewhat, I could have changed earlier itself before reboot. I forgot. So server one, oh, okay. So it's a server1.cnlloud.com. So come down. You have to first go to users and create couple of users. So we will go and create couple of users. So if you go here, tools, here Active Directory users and computers, click it. So you will get this window. Go to your this and go to users. So now what we can do is in Windows machine, we can say uh, uh, use win user 1, and we can say Windows Windows user 2. We can say win user 3. We can give the same password. So I'm going to copy this. Maybe we can copy this in there so that we every time we no need to come here, because there is a Notepad++ also we have installed. So let's open that Notepad++. We can keep it. So every time we no need to come here. So win user 1. I'm going here, right click, say new user, win user 1, and win user 1. Say next. What is the password? I'm going to give this password. I'm going to give the password. Password never expires. So finish it. So again, I'm going to create a new user. Win user 2. Win user 2. And I'm going to give the password. I'm going to give the password. So win user 2, new user, win user 3, win user 3. I'm going to give the password. Okay, so this is win user 1, 2, 3. So there also we have created user. Here also we have created user. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log in back to the portal.azure.com. Portal.azure.com. Going for Azure Active Directory. Okay, and we have created a user as per this document. So now we need to download Azure AD Connect. That software we need to download. Go to custom domain. Okay, go to cnlloud.com. Okay, so there is a download Azure AD Connect. So download it. Okay, I'm going to say download. So once it's downloaded, so go and say install. If you open the document, come down. So download it, and I'm just opened after installation. So it's getting opened. It's a small exe file. See here. So using Azure AD Connect, you can do it and say continue. And if you go to this thing, I would strongly recommend first to go to Express settings and then go for the customize option, because if you go and say customize, you have to specify all details, custom directory, all path and database, everything you need to provide. But if you go to Express settings, these are all will go as it is from default values. So I'm just going here. I'm selecting Express settings. Okay, so now username password. What is the username? So there is a two username password. One is enter your Azure AD Global Administrator or Hybrid Identity Administrator credentials. So can you tell me in this which one we need to provide? This one we need to provide, or this one we need to provide? Any your suggestion? Which one we need to provide?
CNL
Global
admin.
administrator.
Yes. So CNL admin I need to provide, because it's clearly saying it's a Microsoft Azure AD, right? So we are going to give CNL admin. Password is CNL at 123456. Okay, so now you go here. It is not only username. At what is the domain name also you need to provide, right? So go here. What is the domain name? What is the domain name? cnlloud.com. Okay, so it is going to validate. Next. Okay, so we need to first, what we can do is, okay, we will finish one more exercise, because we will open a Firefox, because this user we have created, right? But this user we haven't logged in. So portal.azure.com, we will log in with that user. What is the user? I am going to say this user. I will tell you why. Because first time, once logged in only, it will take effect. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it. Sign in. See here, you need to update password. So because of that only, it's not, it's trying to open again. So instead of here, we do the same, we will do it here itself. So I'm giving the current password, and what is the other password we can use it? So we can use it this password also as a new password. See, the reason I am spending time on Notepad is you will save a lot of time during your exercise. It's very quick. Otherwise, you need to spend a huge time on what I did. So I'm going for confirm password, say sign in. You can skip it as of now. So I logged in, right? So once you are able to log in using this, it's okay. So using this, now you go back here and give that password, right? Say next. See, it's a verified, and it's retrieving and examining domains with portal.azure.com using AD Connect. Now it validated. Now it came to on-prem Windows machine, right? So enterprise administrator credentials, active directory domain. That means you are on-prem. So here, which details we need to provide? Which details provide? We need to provide this, right? We need to provide this, right? We need to provide this, right?
Yes, Vijay.
Yes.
So here, come down. These are all we have did it. Sometimes it will ask you to set up OTP, email verification and all. It's okay. So come down. So you need to provide the username, password, and the on-prem. So what is our on-prem details? cnlloud.com/. Okay, so I'm going to do it. So I'm going to do this here. Say cnlloud.com/ this one, and password is, this is the password. That is the reason I opened and installed Notepad, everything, because it saves a lot of time. Without any confusion, you can do it. Okay, so now everything is ready. Both on-prem, both cloud is ready. So I'm also saying, once you verified, once you configured, you have to install a couple of synchronization plugins and drivers and all information provisioning. I'm going to say install. So the moment you started install, right, you need to keep validate your thing. So I'm going to open, get it ready. I'm going to say default directory. I'm going to say users. So just verify the synchronization is about to start. There is nothing is there, right? Only whatever we created in cloud is there. Let's wait the sync. Okay, so now I'm going to keep check. See here, there is nothing. A refresh. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say install. So once it started, you keep refresh. Maybe you can keep open this. It here. Even you can say refresh. I think this is more valid. So I'm just going to say refresh. That's why I created a higher capacity server, so that the all tasks will be very quick. If you create a less capacity server, this exercise will go more time. But whatever you are getting the billing from Azure, it's every month. So if you completed the exercise, and you can delete everything immediately. Even the free trial, you won't get charged. Free trial only, it will utilize that to whatever dollar they are providing credits. So we will refresh it. Are you seeing some difference? Anyone? Tell me. Are you seeing some difference? It started.
Yes. On-premise.
Yes. So that means it started syncing. It started syncing. So wait for some time. It will also sync more information. So this, if you practice like this, if you learn like this hereafter, don't say I don't have a real-time experience. This is the exact real-time experience. The procedures are going to be the same. The steps are going to be the same. The concepts are going to be the same. because the one point still I'm strongly denying that. Even you go to IT, can you go on mute? Even if you go to your project, your job, you cannot do all tasks as it is. Whatever the project designated, only you can perform. So out of the which, what you can do is you can participate community, so you will get a lot of clarity what to do, and from there you can utilize your time whenever you are free. You can create some lab and explore it. That's it. This is the only way you can run long term in IT. Just wait for some time, and we will check the local here also. We can go here and refresh it. Are you seeing some difference? There are a couple of things that got created. Wait.
CNL administrator.
Yeah, wait. See here. So are you able to see this? Are you
Yes,
seeing
yes.
this? Yeah.
Yeah.
So here, that is the exactly I am see here account created by Azure Active Directory Connect with the installation identifier. So this is how you have to perform and understand how this integration or how this configuration works. Because what we are exploring is beyond this, on top of this, whatever services we are publishing. So that will not give you a more concrete way of understanding how this both cloud and on-prem works together. If you do this only one time with the detail hands-on, that's more than enough. After that, you can only recollect. That's okay. See here, the configuration is complete. You can see Azure or Office 365 portal to verify that user accounts from user local directory have been created. Okay. Then if you have a simple sign on with application, you can do it with the same credentials. Okay, because you will develop your application in on-prem with the same domain, right? You can use the same credential there also. I'm going to refresh it. Are you able to see this here? Are you able to see the users? Win user
Yes.
1, win user 2, win user 3. You refresh it. So now you all tell me, I am a developer. I'm going to open up the thing. I am a developer. I have created some application with some provided credentials, right? So if I publish this, the same credentials here also it will work, right? Entity. So it will work or not?
It will work.
Yeah. So now I'm going back to here. So we can exit and refresh it again one more time. And I'm going back to the Active Directory. I'm going to refresh again. So this is how you need to start practice in this hybrid. Okay, let me just quickly go here. Okay, so now I'm going to close all. I'm going to close it all. I'm going for all resources. All resources. I'm going for delete. So as I said, in any cloud practice, once you've done your practice, please go ahead and delete everything. Okay, so this way you can perform a lot even in a free trial itself. Even after pay-as-you-go, you converted. Azure is worth to keep your trial account even after trial. Pay-as-you-go, the billing going to be very less, maybe less than 200 rupees. But it's worth. You can do everything on your own. So you will get a lot of idea how this works, and you can project yourself as you did. Okay, we'll have 10 minutes break. We'll come back. We'll continue the session.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just. Okay, Ravi, you can. You already unmuted. So you unmute and go for it. Even Srini, you can also.
Vijay, so I have a question, Ravi here. So
Yeah.
once like we have done this synchronization, so only the user account will get synced or anything else also? Like only the user account
See,
I could see that.
the first point what you need to have is this is the user account. Everything has to be synced, right? Then only you are developing something with all authentication credentials. The same credentials, if you get it here with the same identity, then it will be easy for you to manage your applications, right? So here you one set of security, authentication, everything, and here you need to configure it. That is going to be really mess in enterprise grade environments. You are getting the complexity here. So I am developing one application with all my users, everything. So that we are going to integrate it here. We are going to, as it is what we do and how we access the same, we are going to use it. So that is why we are going to integrate this.
Yeah, but like in Azure AD will have that organizational unit and there are a lot of other things. So those also will get synced. That's what I meant.
Yes. So you need to go here and say, for example, you go to Azure Active Directory. That's what I said. First, you need to define what exactly you are going to propose it. So once you synchronized, are you able to see the enterprise application here, Ravi?
Yes, I can see.
Yeah, so here you can start publish using the same authenticity, and you can get the benefits. So what will happen is, before going to this integration, as you said, first you need to define the complete the structure. Then only after sync it will start utilize that resources as per the structure. Because if you go and create the enterprise application, then you also see the app registration, right? The app endpoint. So this way you can expose it, your actual go to market. So the go to market will be always easy.
So this one you are telling about the application, like if any application we will deploy
See,
on
Office
the
365
cloud.
nowadays working in this way only. So I'll go to my Office 365. I'm just okay. Let me go here.
Vijay, I
Yeah,
think I
go.
can answer Ravi.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sorry.
or yeah, I think I can answer Ravi for his
Yes.
call.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Ravi, you can, when Azure AD Connect is installed, it is kind of one-way synchronization when it comes to user from on-premise to cloud. So you can customize the synchronization options. It will sync groups, users, and devices. That also you can, if whatever the OUs you want to sync it, you can select. Whatever you don't want to sync it, you can unselect it, and you can hide it from the sync. That is possible.
Yes. So that is why I said, so you need to first define all what you want, the org one. I mean the app level or the full group level. Once you define here, see here, the Office 365, what I got is, it's simply working in the same. So now the SaaS is you agree, right, Ravi? SaaS is really getting demand day by day, correct?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So now how they are quickly adapting the new features and giving us to use it, because they have an internal infrastructure, and each and every entity they are putting it in their local. Okay, where their local backend team they are getting maintained. Only the front end go to market they are using, that is called they are advertising as a SaaS. So Office 365, you remember previously we used to get the Microsoft Office and download everything. But nowadays it's really simple. Even I never face anything here. So all I can do is I'm getting the Office 365 license. I'm going here, install Office. That's it.
Okay, yeah, now I got it. And
Yes,
one
yes.
more thing, like there are two. I have heard about this. There are two synchronization, password hash, and one more is there.
Yeah.
Like
Even I will. Can you just remind me so that I can show you couple of other password hashing also?
sure, Vijay.
So this is the exact boom now. So hereafter, even if you go to any company, you know how they are. Okay, I will tell you one more simple example. Where is this? Okay. So recently we started facing these click sense. It's a really nightmare. Okay, you believe it or not, this also have a product. The reason is why I'm keep on pointing this. These are the products now really demand in the market. So 𝐶licksens 𝐶licksens server. What you need to do is you need to purchase 𝐶licksens server. You need to create a server. You need to deploy, configure everything. Trust me, it's a really nightmare product. So maintenance, because they are a really good product, but not compatible with the DevOps automation tool, not compatible with any backup tool, or there are huge complexity if you want to maintain with your own team. So there is another product. They are also they offering 𝐶licksens. So the same people, they are also offering 𝐶licksens. You know what it is? They have their own data center, and using their cloud, they build a private cloud, and they are exposing to outside, and they are giving us a username password. So for that, they have an internal groups, organization. What is the role? What is the permissions? So accordingly, they are allocating each user. So they are getting charged. They are making us to pay based on the offering. That is how the market now it's a really boom. So here now they are saying software as a service, right? You tell me, say for example, you are a click company, right? Do you think always you can predict number of users coming, number of load coming? Are you able to predict, Ravi? No, answer is no.
No, yeah.
Okay, so now you know why this person is getting demand. Not only now, next 20 years it's going to be huge. You know, the click cloud or most of the 90% SaaS offering is the backend is the Kubernetes. Because all you need to do is you need to once deployed, created, on top of it, if they created this infrastructure, they can very well go to the market as it is. Only thing is they can keep on add the worker nodes in the backend. Now you understand the larger picture. Kubernetes is used by every SaaS offering these days, Ravi.
Yes, correct.
So because people are thinking that I'm a cloud, I'm a DevOps, then why I need to go with Kubernetes? Kubernetes is a huge in every offering in the backend. Because workload we cannot define. After some point we are doing all sizing, that and all fine, but beyond some point we cannot predict. That is the reality now. The click cloud, even Power BI, even recently the 𝐿Tree, everybody they are started offering SaaS hybrid model, but in the back end, the team. This is also one of the fear people are having the misunderstanding that Vijay, after all this SaaS offering or everything, people have started asking, do I have any threat in my career? No. So still the on-prem is going to be remain. Only thing is you need to adapt what is needed on top of it with respect to SaaS, with respect to cloud. You are clear, Ravi, now?
Yes, Vijay. Thank you.
Yeah, Vijay, this is Srinivas.
Yes.
So if we want to migrate on-premise virtual machines, we can use Azure Migrate Server Migration Tool, right? Yeah. Is there any other procedure?
There are two options. Can you just remind me? I will also cover in one of my this internship session, because
also
I think already a couple of people are requested to show one of the migration.
Okay, sure. Also, can we migrate only applications from on-premise to?
No, it's up to you. It's the migration, because before migration, you need to understand the 7 factors. What in that 7 factor, your migration is going to fit in which level? First, you need to decide that. Okay. Accordingly, you need to select the tools. Accordingly, you need to select the right procedure. I will help you. No issues. That is why I added a couple of solution architecture postmortem also in this internship. So don't worry, I will help you.
Okay.
But the only thing is, people has to understand how the SaaS works. SaaS means it's not about any super duper new technology. It's almost same what we are doing it now. But only thing is, you need to, because when you say hybrid model SaaS, you may get any customer, but each customer you cannot expect the same level of price, same level of offering, or same level of usage. Is it correct, Ravi?
So in SaaS, we don't have much control, right? If it is SaaS.
No. It's a much control. That is why you need to create a more organization chart and all roles and groups and policies. Then you start offer it, integrating.
Okay. Like if it is Teams, we should have Teams administrator.
Yes.
Access. Okay, thank you.
So even if you go to Office 365, they have a lot of offering, right? So Office 365 Basic, Office 365 Professional. What is that? Because they have a backend all this categorized.
Okay.
OU level.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so we will have it some 10 minutes break.